What's up, guys? It's the Wolf here. For today's video, I wanted to kind of just go over the PlayStation Plus game catalog lineup we got for May and just discuss it with you guys because I had no idea about the premium and extra titles that were coming to the service. I just looked at the essential because that's what I'm at. But I just watched Dreamcast Guy's video on this, and it kind of just, no one else has covered this yet, so this must be like breaking news, at some point today. But yeah, I wanted to discuss it a little bit, and before we get into it, I wanted to talk a little bit about Game Pass, because Game Pass is spouted off as like this amazing service by like everybody in the industry. They just suck its fucking dick, bro. And I don't like to get vulgar, but it's what I'm feeling, because they say it's like it has all this value, and it does. Do not get me wrong. I have Game Pass Ultimate. It's a great service. It has, enough new games that come out that interests me, that I try, or it just gives me like, a demo kind of service, if I actually would like to pick it up at some point or even play it at all. Some games I don't mess with on Game Pass because they're not for me. They're AA. They're very indie games most of the time. Is it something to play when you have nothing else? Yeah. So if you only have an Xbox, essentially you do have a lot of shit to play, but it's just kind of disappointing at the end of the day. And PlayStation Plus is kind of like spouted off as being nothing in comparison to Game Pass. It has nothing of value for some reason. I know it's, I think, a little bit more expensive for premium. Like Game Pass is like $15 a month for Ultimate, and I think extra is like the 15, and then premium's like 20, something along those lines. But okay, so yeah, essentials 10, extras 15, so it actually matches Game Pass. So if you just look at the extra, what you get in extra versus Game Pass, that's how I'm gonna look at it, because premium is 18. That's actually a fucking, I mean, they don't put enough on premium. If they did, that's a killer deal, because it's just a couple bucks extra, and then it's kind of like a boosted Game Pass at that point. But I see extra as the Game Pass tier, to be honest. Essential gives you a little bit, premium gives you some extra little tidbits, but yeah, let's just look at if extra is. So if we're looking at extra and premium, you're getting Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, okay? Humanity, I'm not too sure on what that is, but I think I've seen some of it, and it's interesting. It's very on the lines of what Game Pass is. You got Watch Dogs Legion, take it or leave it. I wasn't for it, some people are. Dishonored 2, great title. I would imagine it would already be on PlayStation Plus, but I think this is an expansion for the, I don't know what that is. What's the next one? Sakuna. Not for me, but it appeals to someone. That's the point. They got one for you. And then Tomb Raider. We got Tomb Raider. So that's 5, 6, because they got the Rise of the Tomb Raider. Oh, so all the fucking Tomb Raiders. Okay, 7. Bus Simulator. Look at Game Pass. You cannot knock Sony for this, because Game Pass has what? Lawnmower Simulator, Surgeon Simulator, Cooking Simulator. There's the Power Washing Simulator. So Bus Simulator 21, and it's 21. It wasn't 22 or 23. So this is an old one. They didn't pay out of pocket that much, But and you got the Evil Within 2. So what are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 titles so far. And then I did not like this game personally, but it is a game. It's not what I wanted from it, but it is still a like all around decent game, I would imagine. I didn't finish it, but but yeah, it is a game. These are very Game Pass like titles, is my point. That is what I'm trying to say. I don't know what this is. An action RPG. Okay. Yeah, these are not top-notch titles that they're giving you, you know, which, I mean, they are, but they aren't. You know, they have to throw in some bullshit, and that's on both services. Game Pass has a lot of shovelware, mostly shovelware, and old titles. I don't know what most of these are, but Rune, I mean, I've heard, I don't know, but PlayStation Premium is going to get Siphon Filter, Logan Shadow, which I actually was just looking into recently, so that's kind of like a quinkadink. Other than that, maybe this game, Pursuit Force, Ghostbusters, I'd hope that would be good, because it has the original cast, but I mean, the premium isn't doing it for me, you know? The extra tier isn't even doing it for me, because out of all those games, I own all of the games that I highlighted. So it doesn't appeal to me, so it comes to premium. It needs, like, I need something else, you know? This is not it. I don't even know what this is. Oh, I guess Pursuit Force is a racing, it looks like a racing game with like GTA style. Okay, that's just not doing it for me, you know. I don't care now about Pursuit Force, so that leaves it down to Siphon Filter, and I don't even know what the hell Siphon Filter, what it even looks like at this point. Okay, so this is a PS1 game. I see. Tell with the cutscenes. I guess to the gameplay, see what we're gonna be playing. See, that's not terrible. This looks like a decent classic from the PS1, but that's just one of them. That's it. Just one game. It's whatever. But what I really want to look at is the games that are leaving. So Dreamcast guy talked a good bit about all the games that are coming, but he didn't talk about any of the games that are leaving PlayStation Plus. So I didn't know these were on the the premium extra. Well, this would be, well, it doesn't say if it's I would imagine this is like in a general statement. It doesn't say the categories, but these are all leaving, so, which we knew. I think this is the bit that we knew was leaving, you know, like Bloodborne, which I'm glad you gotta get this, bro. If you haven't got it yet, get it soon. I don't know when the cutoff is. What else? Crash, Days Gone, like, yeah, they had a lot of games. Fallout 4, okay, well, God of War, so that they are losing a lot. And I don't even really think that what they replaced these with was really all that. Like, they had some games, but for me personally, a lot of these are just not only replayable, they're just, I don't know, like, nothing tops Black Ops 3 Zombies. You can play that whenever, and it was on PlayStation Plus, which, I don't know. Injustice 2, there's just some big hitters here. Marvel Spider-Man, I think that's kind of a mistake. They should at least kept that on there, but whatever. Mortal Kombat X, like, they had some motherfucking games. They just replaced Ratchet and Clank for Ratchet and Clank. The Last of Us, like, I would keep all the big hitters, or at least a majority of them, and then add on top of it. That's what my game plan would have been if you're just trying to expand and expand. But it seems like they're not doing that. It seems like Sony just wants to, I don't know, they really don't make no sense. If you think about it, like, all those games that are leaving and this is what you get, like, it's not a lot, you know, in comparison. We just scrolled through both. That was a huge list, and this is kind of like a Game Pass list. It looks kind of ass, not gonna lie. But first glance it looks like they're giving you a lot, and then you scroll down and it's like, and you're losing all of this. And like there's some big hit like Resident Evil 7 and the original Resident Evil. I mean, it's a shitload. Now I don't know what the hell this means. PS5 games are available. PS5 games. Oh, so I mean they're still adding shit. I was just talking shit and then scrolled down and saw this. Why is that Mortal Kombat 11 on here? I thought they they took 10 off and put 11 on. Okay. I guess they still got a lot of shit. So they got Rainbow Six Siege, Extraction. Now this is up to extra, I believe, isn't it? What it said? Or no, extra and premium. So that's probably what some of the classics are. But you got Back 4 Blood, Borderlands 3, Control, Death Stranding, Deathloop, which is kind of surprising, Demon Souls, Destruction All Stars, Devil May Cry, Doom, Final Fantasy 7, Ghostwire. That's kind of crazy. That's kind of funny. As soon as it launched on Xbox, they're like, it's on Plus. Guardians of the Galaxy. Right. Okay. They put Forbidden West on Plus. I missed that or just forgot about it. Immortals. See, they have a lot. I don't understand the hate. This is a shitload of games. They got NBA 2K22. It's not 23, but you know, it'll do. Shit. Returnal. These are Skyrim. They got Skyrim. The Medium. How do they get like the Bethesda shit? Or that was that. Oh, so they still like, why did Microsoft make this deal last November? Like, this is not a good, like, don't give them Skyrim on PlayStation Plus. But yeah, that's a big bit. I just don't get it. I don't get the disconnect when it comes to saying that PlayStation Plus is nothing compared to Game Pass, when they're about damn near the same price. And they both have a shitload of games, and sometimes they have very similar games. So if you're gonna roast them on some of their dumb shit like Defense Grid 2, you gotta roast Microsoft's Power Wash Simulator and shit like that, you know? You gotta be across the board with it. I don't know how they, like, look at it, they got all the fucking Doom games. That's crazy. And that was even more recent, so I don't really understand how Microsoft and Sony work things out. That's so crazy to think that they, like, Microsoft isn't just taking the dub with this. Maybe they're playing like 4D chess. Who knows? Oh, the Fallout shit. Oh, well, Fallout's leaving. But they got 76. Far Cry's. Yeah, they got this list is long as fuck. Holy shit, bro. Hollow Knight? I didn't know that. This is probably extra shit. This is all extra and premium stuff. But it's like everything. Like, if you don't want, like, they're basically establishing themselves like as their own Game Pass. Like, if you don't want to buy physical, you can buy these services and you have a shitload of games to play. I'm just wondering when this fucking list ends. We're still on the list. South Park, they got it all, bro. I don't understand. I have a lot of these games, so there's no point in me actually getting the service, but to someone that doesn't have a collection and doesn't want to collect, this is fucking amazing. This is like some top tier shit right here. But the problem is that a lot of it's streaming on the premium. So I do believe all of this is streaming. You can't play any of these PS3 games. So that's, they need, I don't know what the fuck the problem is, but that is not a good look, that you don't have access to any of these games, you know? And you have such a big ass library on PS3 and PS2 and you're not utilizing it. I think that's about it. Okay, so my point being, PlayStation Plus is, you know, it's kicking some ass. It's actually putting in some effort, and that you got to give it credit. That is a huge list. Yeah, they took a lot out, you know, but those games were in there for years. So it's kind of like a no-brainer to them. They probably look at sales, is what they probably do. You know, they probably look at how many copies is God of War selling, and it's like, if it's down, then we take it out, and then vice versa in different scenarios. But I imagine it would play a lot into the sales of the games. Like, if the original Ratchet and Clank game ain't doing it anymore, just replace it, and it will keep people happy in their mind, I guess. But Game Pass, great service. PlayStation Plus, also a great service. But if I were putting them head to head, I would go with Game Pass on an extra tier level, because I own most of the, I'm mostly a PlayStation gamer when it comes to third party stuff. So like, all this new shit is, it's all, I own all of it. So it's really just off of what they have in the whole catalog at this point, which I guess is the same with Game Pass, but they don't, I don't know. They both kind of suck. Microsoft can just take the bullet by being a little bit cheaper, and, well, not really. I mean, they really are the extra tier. That's the way I see them now. But they also have some old Xbox games included too, so it's like their premium, but for $15 instead of like 17 or whatever it was. I don't know. I think Game Pass is overrated by a long shot, because it's not, I mean, I see the value, I use it, I like it. There's some third party games that come on there. They get a lot of day one releases. You see where Sony has this, I guess it's a day one release, so they're starting to like nibble into that idea, but they'll never have like Ratchet and Clank day one release, because that's not their business model. And I respect it. I understand that more than, you know, boasting out a ton of shovelware as your first party content. Like, that just sucks. You know, when you compare Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart to Psychonauts 2, which isn't even exclusive to Xbox, I think it might even have a Switch version, but I might be wrong on that. But if you compare the two games, this is a knockout hit, and Psychonauts is kind of, you know, pretty average at that. But I don't know, it's just, they're very hard to compare, and I don't think I would buy the extra or the premium, and that's just sad. They need to get their shit together for me. Nah. But no, I mean, in general, for all the gamers out there, this is a great thing. This is awesome. This is amazing that Sony is actually putting an effort with their catalog. I don't know how many of you guys, you know, maybe if you had an Xbox One and now you got a PS5, you haven't seen most of these games, so this is all brand new and awesome. That's awesome. That's cool. But what about the PS4 gamers that have played most of these already? That's where it kind of comes into, I mean, can't complain. Microsoft just makes them look like shit. I mean, we expect this from Sony. This is understandable. There's nothing wrong with this. There's a lot of titles here in general, much more than they probably wanted to give us, but they have a stick up their ass with Microsoft and Game Pass, so they had to do something, you know. But Game Pass, they're really trying to make Game Pass something, and that's, Sony knows. They're about to play. They about to play, bro. I don't know why people say the console war is over. It's I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, it's a business, money, all that, but it is like cutthroat in some areas, I'd imagine, you know. And they man, I just like seeing how shit unfolds. It's very interesting to me, You know, we got Game Pass versus PlayStation Plus, and then like in 4 years we're gonna come to the conclusion what service was the most efficient, and that's gonna be a fun discussion, isn't it? Because that's where you just lay it all out. Like, Xbox fans might have argued for the Xbox One, but they can't now. You just can't. There's no argument with the Xbox One, sadly. Anyway, that's about it for today's show. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to join the Wolf Pack. Peace.